have new glasses. It's not helping me see. Be sure to subscribe and thumbs up. Today is a video of my opinion. Hope I don't get too spicy. But you never know about me, y'all. Cheer my turkeys. I'll be so glad to get the turkeys to the farm. I'll be glad to get me to the farm. But I'm home alone and I thought I'd go live. Just for a minute anyway. My hair's pulling. They're doing a press briefing at the White House. Hey, Christy H., how are you? Cheesehead Cowboy, Chalky Gal. You've missed me. I've missed y'all. Gosh, it's so early. It's 2:10 on the East Coast. I didn't know if anybody'd show up, but I thought if one person shows up, that's good enough for me. Gosh, I didn't put my cigarette out. Don't y'all pay any attention. I'm going to smoke. Listen, y'all. They're too expensive to waste right now. And gas, oh my gosh. Let me see. Oh, good. Hey, Bones, how are you? You vape? Well, I haven't been live in so long. I didn't know my next thing was going to be, hey, Thomas, how are you? Thomas, I think I got a message from you I haven't read. I apologize. But when I get home from the farm, I'm always trying to be busy doing stuff, getting caught up. And today I've been packing things to get ready to go back up there. So, but the title, let's see. Thank you, honey. Gosh, I've got so much work to do. I went downstairs. I was so thrilled I found a Matic. Isn't that awful when a Matic makes a woman extremely happy? Something I don't have to go buy. Thank you, Christy. Appreciate it. I didn't see who that was. Well, Bones, I did, and I fell, and I didn't go to the hospital. I think I broke my thumb, and I couldn't slide the thing, but it's better now, and I'm getting ready to start rolling my own again. I mean, it's just such a waste. And Lord, y'all pray for me that I have strength. I think I have. I haven't had an issue. The devil's after me. I really got into some research on that Hex whatever stuff that Pepsi uses in their pop. I'd been told about it, but I really hadn't researched it. And then when I read that it's a flavor enhancer used from stem cells from sacrificed infants, I want to be careful. I know I don't have that many subscribers on a little channel, but I don't need anybody coming after me. But when I did read all of that myself, let's see, I can't read your name. I got new glasses, y'all, and I see worse now. Oh, you have an electric one? Well, I've heard pros and cons about them, Bones. And I do need to call you. I got delayed today. I thought Ethan's mama wasn't going to be here for another hour, and she just pulled in a few minutes ago, so I had to wait on her to see Ethan before I could leave. Hey, who's your Patriot? How are you, buddy? I've got a couple of your spicy videos to catch up on, I noticed last night. I've got a little bit before I leave. But, you know, I wanted to kind of be careful how I titled this. There's, you know, my family that's on board, that understands. They know why I'm doing this off-grid. You know, Ethan asked me last weekend, Nanny, when you going to put the switches on the wall so we can turn on the light? Hey, JT, how are you, honey? And I said, well, I'm not. And he said, why? And I said, well, we have lights. Why do we need switches? And he said, but you have to take those outside. Listen, somebody put Who's Your Patriots link in chat in case there's anybody here. There's only 8 of you, but I never go live anymore, and especially never at this time of day. Hardly anybody goes live this time of day. But put Who's Your Patriots link up for me in case there's anybody that's not subscribed to him. He gets real spicy in his opinions too on his late night drives from work. But anyway, most of my family understands and they're on board. And I had Ethan to understand, we got this big, I told him it's the sign. Who knows what it is up there? He's 4, be 5 in September. But I told him, we had the little solar things for the lights. Why? You're welcome. No problem, honey. And maybe people watch the replay and you'll get more on replay. But I explained to him we were using the sign and we wouldn't have bills, and I'm debt free anyway. That was one of my mid prepping. I guess I started really hot and heavy prepping 2014, and no, it was before that. 2012, 2011. Let's see, wait a minute. 2010 is when I really got into it, when my son had his wreck. And midway through that process, I decided I didn't need to have any debt. So I got out of debt. And I told him we don't have a power bill. I've got the well dug, but I don't have the pump in yet. So we don't have water. So we're carrying in water. But I don't have the animals up there yet. So it's not a big deal. It's just water for me and Ethan. But he understood, not to have bills, and it was all free, and we were using nature and what God gave us. And I'm, trying to get fencing up this weekend, and he's watched YouTube videos with me, and he wanted to know about the fence posts. And I said, we're going to use what nature gave us for free that's up here, and we're going to have a wonky shaped fence for the birds because we're going to use nature. I'm nailing it to the trees, So anyway, I knew things were going to get bad. I didn't know how fast things were going to get bad. Would have never believed January last year, when all we were worried about was the gun bill in Virginia, that, this stuff would take place. Hey, cheeky lady. I am happy. I'm getting ready to go back to my farm. Yes. I'm all excited about that. So anyway, I got him to understand. But out of everything that has happened, yesterday concerned me. The news I got yesterday concerned me more than anything that I've heard so far. In the acceleration that we have had since the 20th of January has just been unbelievable. And my title, that I don't want to say, really, the blackout, I'm not talking about electricity. Have you all heard that the White House has issued an order that the press can't go to the border, and anybody that does, they cannot show it or publicize it without first giving it to the White House and the White House approving what they want to air on the news at the border? Have y'all heard that? Hey, Einstein's mom. Have y'all heard about the media blackout at the border? That is, guys, that's communism. I knew that socialism led to communism, but we are not full-fledged socialistic yet, moving that way. But we've already skipped a few steps of that and gone straight into government-run press. Now, we all know, and I did the research myself. This is not anybody's, I did the research myself. The elites and the illumination decide what the talking points are, and they give those talking points to the AP, and then the AP sends the talking points to all of the media around the world. And that is, I know, barbed wire around the White House for, listen, that makes me want to say a bad word. I'm telling you, for Pete's sake, I'm going to say Pete's instead of the other word. But we knew, because all of the media, they all get the same word. Like, if I had to hear the word insurrection one more time, I was going to vomit. I was so sick and tired of hearing that. But they've done it in at least a sneaky way that only those of us that research, that are awake, really know what's going on, and the sheeple really don't, and they think we're crazy if we try to tell them. Man, this is blatant in your face. A press blackout at the border has to be approved by the White House before it can be aired? Are you kidding me? That is 100% communism, y'all. 100%. Listen. That's Russia. That's China. That's not supposed to be America. We've got freedom of press. Where is our Constitution? Where are these idiots in the press rooms putting up with this crap? I mean, seriously? Oh, shoot. Doggone it. Let me see. For some reason, I don't think my old phone, the Wi-Fi still works. Hey, homesteading in the heartland. Listen now, Bones. That's the truth. Listen now. Let me see if... I don't think my pictures... Oh, my pictures did sync. Now, I want y'all to look at this. I'm going to show y'all something. I took these pictures I got to go way back. We all know that every leader of every country has decoys that look just like him. Some people even go through the plastic surgery and everything. But our last president admitted he had a clone. Now, who knows? That was several years ago. I saw that little clip. But I want to show y'all, if I can find it. I want to show you two of them. Did y'all watch that first snazzy little press release yesterday? Okay. We all know what this man looks like. Okay? That's him. And our lovely Miss Lisa R. Hall figured out when he had on the red tie, that was really him. If he didn't have on the red tie, it wasn't him. This is supposed to be him. That's not him. His forehead's shorter. His face is shorter. That is not him. Can y'all see the difference? Can y'all see the difference in those two men? I mean, can you see the difference? Okay. No, it doesn't look like him. Well, yesterday, I was watching that farce of a press release, and I thought, you've got to be kidding me. That is no way him. So yesterday, during the press, I was watching it on the YouTube White House site. So, being the mod that I am, I took a screenshot. This is the man that did the press release yesterday. Okay? This is the man that Wikipedia says is Joe Biden, President of the United States. Wikipedia, yesterday's press conference. Wikipedia, yesterday's press conference. Here's another one of the press conference. Here's another one of the press conference. No, this is a later one. Okay, I did not know, and I hope Dabu doesn't care, but go to Dabu's channel. He actually put up side by side. And I didn't know till I called somebody and told them. I just want to show that. That's Dabu's work. That's not my work. Okay? But that is... Oh, look at all my eggs, y'all. That's a week's worth of eggs. But I got that screenshot after I had already gotten all of my pictures. So I'm not stealing anybody's thunder there. But I want to give Dabu credit for that. We are living in a matrix. We are living in an absolute matrix, y'all. Nothing that we are seeing or hearing is real at all. I had some hope. No, he's not. Yes, you're right. I'm telling you what's the truth. I'm so sick of all this mess. Our gas is $3.09 a gallon, and it went up from $2.19. It was $2.19 clones. Is that man even still alive? Hey, Barefoot Lies. Yes, it's Twilight Zone. My God, I can't even believe it. You know, I wasn't going to do any more spicy lives. Yeah, they think we're fools. That is why, let's see, who did I hear say this? I didn't know the year. Oh my gosh. I don't remember who I heard say it, but it was 2019 that it was officially agreed upon around the world that any group of people in any country that disagreed in any way whatsoever with what the country was doing and considered themselves patriots were now terrorists. And that was around the world, 2019. So, if we believe in the Bible and the American flag and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, we're bad. You know, if we could get enough people, it would take masses. Masses. You know, the states have the power. The Constitution even gives the states the power to stand against Washington. If they're doing things that are unconstitutional, that is not for the betterment of the people, the states can have an uprising. And then the people would stand behind them. We would have to have masses and masses. I mean, everybody that was supposed to have legitimately voted for T-Man, you know, it would take that many people to stand up to do anything about what's going on. I am so thankful to God that I was given the opportunity to sell my camp. And all y'all that's been with me from the beginning knows that was my little piece of heaven on earth. And it took me a year to make the decision to sell that camp, to buy property, to go off-grid. And it's just like camping. At least I'm in a decent building. I'm not going to have walls in there for a while. Got that insulation. Love that insulation. But I am so glad I can go just... I don't even want to hear it anymore, y'all. When I am up there in those woods and I'm just trying to clear broken limbs. And y'all, I can't work but about 15 minutes. I timed myself one day. I got the chainsaw started, went and found an old log and chopped it up into pieces that would fit in the stove and carried one little load, I mean a armful, maybe 4 little logs about this big. I thought, oh my gosh, I need to sit down. And I thought, well, go get, a couple more and go get a couple more and go get a couple more. Made myself get that little pile. And I had looked at the clock before I went out for some reason on my phone, time on the phone. And I went in and sat down and I thought, oh my God, I'm about dead. I can't do anything anymore. Honey, I had worked for 15 minutes. I'd had to take an hour break. So it's taken me forever to do anything. But when I'm up there and I focus on that, there is no 5-7 for miles and miles and miles around me. I hate I can't see. Christy, I believe you. I can feel the 5-7 when I come into town now. Actually, I came back Monday night, had to go back Tuesday up to the farm, and then just came straight back, and I hated to because I hate to waste that gas because it's an hour and 10 minutes away from me, but I had to. When I came back into town this time, instead of my chest feeling tight and getting pains in my head, my feelings actually started to hurt. I mean, being out of that for any length of time and then coming back into it, I can really feel the 5-7 in the air. It really affects me. But I'm so peaceful up there. But then on the other hand, I want to know, if any craziness is going on, if there's any other way to prepare for anything other than just hide. I pray for all y'all anyway. Pray for my family. Pray for my friends. Pray for everybody on YouTube. Yes, who's your patriot's a true patriot. Yes, he is. God love his heart. I was having a hard time finding land, and he offered me refuge if I ever needed it. Well, that's true. That's true. That's what I said. If you do 1% a day, in 10 days you'll have improvement. I was downstairs looking for a mattock. They still haven't delivered my building, and I'm glad because there's a little bit of a hump that I want to get out, and my rake won't do it, so I wanted my mattock. Just take 2 or 3 little chops at it, and then it will rake out. And I saw something downstairs, and it had wheels, and I thought, oh my gosh, it'll go through the woods. I can use that for all kinds of things. So my son came in. I said, I don't know what that thing is down there, but it's got big old wheels. It looks like it'll go through the woods. I can haul stuff on it. I said, I don't even know whose it is, but I just want to borrow it at the farm for a little while. I said, it's back behind that broken refrigerator. Hey, Helen, how are you, honey? So good to see you. And it's his deer caddy. It's his big thing. You haul a deer out of the woods with. He had that before. He had a 4-wheeler. So I can do all kinds of things with that. That'll help me that I don't have to carry things. Hey, El Michelle, how are you, sweetheart? So I'm going to use the deer caddy where I've stacked up limbs and stuff. They're not heavy limbs. It's just, a little bit of a sled works too. Yeah, I don't have a sled. And I was going to order one that's pretty decent size with it's wide, but it's got high sides and wouldn't tip over. You just woke up. I was thinking about taking a nap before I head off to the farm. I may still, I'm not sure. But it was $50. I thought, I'd rather take that $50 and buy some paneling and put on a few pieces of the wall other than that. So then I found this. But listen, y'all. We've all known mainstream media has been a crock. They're part of the deep state. I'm going to say all kinds of stuff I'm not supposed to say. Fox is even now part of the deep state. But when the White House blatantly puts out a statement that there's a media blackout at our border, refused to call it a crisis. Now, Ted Cruz and 17 other senators are supposed to be at that border today. I'll be off grid. I won't hear what they have to say until Tuesday. But if they say anything. But they can't even have the media with them. Ted Cruz invited the media, and they said, no, we've been told we can't go. And if we do, it all has to be run through the White House. That is communism. Now, I wanted to tell y'all, oh, Area 55, hey, sweetheart, how are you? I think everybody knows Area, but in case everybody don't know Area 55, I put his link in Porch Chat, but y'all can put his link. Anybody that has a channel, if you'll say, I have a channel, the mods will put your link. Okay? But we kind of skipped a few socialistic steps here, y'all. Now listen, we're supposed to have everybody on the same health care. Everybody have the same kind of housing. Everybody, you know, money and income's about the same. We have skipped a lot of freaking steps. And now we are on the cusp of complete communism. Now, why did I want to do this live? Because I'm going to step on some toes. Not everybody that sits and watches prepping channels, homestead channels, the decent YouTube news channels, I'll bet you not an eighth or a 16th of all those thousands of people that you see in Porch Chat every night are actually preppers. I would venture to say, hey, Amy Reiser, how are you? That not half of my viewers are real preppers. Now, I've showed y'all 2 shelving units I have in the building with preps in it. Now, this place is a mess. A mess. Till I get the second building and get insulation and walls and floor, I'm not doing it backwards like I did the other. Yes, Christy. People are not preparing. They will be eating out of the FEMA boxes. They will be in camps. If they have an idea that, yeah, they probably should prep and they think the government is probably wrong and they consider themselves patriots, they'll be put in a camp to unbrainwash us. But, you know, oh, shoot. Let me see if I can, I don't know if I can turn y'all around or not. But, you know, this is stuff that still has to be moved to the farm, y'all. Look at this. It goes all the way down my hallway. For anybody that doubts I'm a prepper. Now these, let me turn it around again. There's some in my canning jars. Just some of them. And I've got stuff in my bedroom. I practice what I preach. And I've always said that I wouldn't show any, really, of what I had. Because I wouldn't want anybody to come after me. I don't know why this is... Oh, okay, that tilted. But I think it's important for people to see I really do prep. And this is a fraction. What y'all have seen at the farm's a fraction. This is a fraction. This is nothing. I've got 2 sons, 2 grandkids. Ethan's mama and brother that I'm responsible for. I've got, well, somebody come and killed 3 of them. Now I've got 19 meat birds to process. Processed 12 last summer. 1st of June, McMurray Hatchery is sending me 100 meat birds. Y'all saw the video of my chicks. Can you hear my turkeys? They have torn this yard up. Listen, I'm embarrassed my yard. It's horrible. I have got stuff over here. You can't even get to my basement door. Let me see if I can bend y'all down and give y'all an update. The little chicks you saw in the box, I had to move them to a bigger tote. But I want y'all to look. Look down here at this one. That thing is 3 times the size. There's 3 like this. I have no idea what kind of birds those are. Okay, these are my egg layers. And there's 2 roosters in there. Oh, right here. See that one right there? That's the one that's going to be a golden fuzzy top. That's my Phyllis Diller. Right there. They got the funniest looking heads till they get fuzzy. But anyway, those are my egg layers. I showed y'all the picture. You think it's just a picture I took somewhere? There's this week's eggs, y'all. And this one's a turkey egg. This is this week's eggs. That's protein. That's protein. Okay? I've got stacks of cans of vegetables until I can get a garden producing. I've already got my potato sets, my garlic sets, wait a minute, my onion sets. Sat and figured out the other day, in order to be able to make spaghetti sauce, tomato juice, canned tomatoes, barbecue sauce, and ketchup, that I am probably going to need 100 tomato plants to have 52 weeks of tomato products to get my family through a year. Okay? So, you know, I'm a full believer that no YouTube channel should show you everything they have. Yes, I have freedom seeds and a freedom stick. And we have longer ones and bigger ones that I don't want to fool with. My sons can do that. I'll just use my... Let's see, there are a couple of ways to save the eggs. Oh, yeah. The best way... What I'm going to do is... Our frost line is... I think it's 20 inches. 18 or 20 inches. And we've got a couple of old coolers that, you know, are just messed up. I'm going to bury those coolers. And as long as you keep your eggs, always get hungry on your channel, Ari, do you? I'm always hungry too. Listen, I've lost a little bit of weight. I put on 20 pounds doing all that snacking a year and a half ago when I would go live, so I had to stop doing it. The snacking. That's not why I stopped doing lives, but I'm going to, till we get a root cellar. If you keep anything below 70 degrees, it will last forever. Now, some of those eggs I noticed were dirty, but we eat them pretty fast, and I'm just giving them away right now. Oh yeah, I love pickled eggs. I've got beets. I've got cans of beets for my pickled eggs. But I have kept fresh eggs for 6 months. I would have kept those eggs longer, but I did not know we were going to have a 70-some degree day a couple of years ago before I had chickens. And the room I had them in got baking hot. The sun was on. I had them in my laundry room. The sun was on that room all day. And I had 20 dozen fresh eggs go bad. Now, the ones that are dirty, if you have to wash them, they have to go in the refrigerator. But they're laying on a bank up here in my ivy. And there's little spots of dirt. If you get little spots of dirt on them, you've got to eat those fast. They will not last long. Their poop and mud and stuff will eat through that natural covering. But we're going to bury our old coolers, and we're going to store the eggs in the old coolers and keep them below 70 degrees, and they won't freeze in the winter, and they will last as long as we need them to last. Now, we're going to be eating them, but they will last. And I have my turkeys and my guineas. Well, I only have one guinea left. But I've got, you know, my 6 girls. 6 girls laid those eggs. Um, I've got my turkeys laying eggs. My sister's incubating them. She's got babies in 4 turkey eggs right now. And there's wild turkeys there that all the neighbors seem to think bringing my turkeys up there will entice other turkeys. So that is food. That's food. I've been watching the deer track paths. That's food. So anyway, my son's getting ready to come in. I'm doing a live, baby. You're back quick. But I wanted y'all to see that I practice what I preach. And even if it's bags of pinto beans and some green beans and your cornmeal and your flour, learn how to make bread for fillers, pastas, all of the bad stuff, macaroni and cheese, anything that will save long term. I don't think we're going to need it long term. Nobody's going to be able to afford food. You think it's just gas prices going up? My daggone toilet paper that I got for less than $10 a pack, Charmin Soft, is now almost $14 a pack. And our shelves still aren't full here. But we're skipping steps. Hey, how are ya? Chicken eggs drop? I just went ahead and bought some chicks. 4 of them died. McMurray Hatchery's really good, though. 3 of them was my Polish chickens. I called them. I said, am I supposed to be doing something special with these chicks? But I don't want to start over with brand new 2-day-old chicks. So I might just tell them, just credit my account. Don't send me more. I've got one Phyllis Diller. That's good enough for me. It's not the black and white one I wanted, but it's the gold one. So that'll be okay. There went Ethan's mama out. But anyway, if you can get out of the city, get out of the city if you're in the city. If all you can afford to do is buy, you know, right now you can get a bag of flour and a bag of cornmeal for under $2.50 a bag. You know, start getting you some way to make cornmeal and cornbread and biscuits. Get you a couple chickens. You can put them on your deck, screen in your deck. You know, give them food. You'll have to buy food. You know, give them your scraps. If they're not getting grass and bugs, you can go out and pull grass and give them. But, oh, I couldn't see it, El Michelle. Hey, Sunny Preps, how are you, honey? Still don't have that water fixed. But I'm worried because I know not half of my people are really prepping. I know not a 16th of Marf's people are really prepping. Nobody has, you know, how many people have a secondary heat source? I don't know if y'all watch Perry Stone. I like Perry Stone. I've seen him in person, and I've got a couple of his books, but he has it was the first translation from Greek of the Bible, where the verse where it talks about there's going to be earthquakes in diverse places and pestilence, and, you know, the end of that in the translation from the original Greek also ends with severe winters. Hence, look what we saw in Texas, in Louisiana, Mississippi. So I thought that was interesting. But I just wanted to point out that a media blackout is communism. And patriots are not considered good people anymore. Christians are not considered good people anymore. We will kind of be an underground railroad society. The lovers of this country. Grand solar minimum, Yes, ma'am. Grand solar minimum, we will see huge heat spikes, huge freezes for the next 15 years. You need to get you some plastic and some cattle panels and make you a little greenhouse to be able to be sure you can grow food. May not be able to grow it in a regular garden in a regular way. I am. It comes up on my background check, Bob. Yep, when I was getting trolled to death and they were doing hit pieces on me, one of the channels went, I want y'all to look at this. Never seen this before. Watch list. What kind of watch list is she on? Yeah, I paid through one of those sites trying to find out what kind of watch list. It would never tell me. So I'm sure I watch too many Patriot channels and all that stuff. But you know, we're gonna be the hunted. We're gonna have to hide. But I just wanted you to know we're skipping steps here. We are moving. Talk about warp speed. We're moving warp speed, y'all. And if you haven't already gotten your stimulus check, Alaska Prepper is a much kinder person than I am. And I'm going to say it a little rougher. You're an idiot if you don't take every dime of that stimulus check and buy yourself freaking food you can store for a year or two until you can grow a garden. You're not going to be able to afford to eat. Food prices are going up. Toilet paper's going up. It's going to be, we're not far from a decent pack of toilet paper being $20, y'all. Come on. $14 for what I was paying $9.57 or something like that for just a few months ago. You're not going to be able to afford it. Rural King has the cheapest 5-gallon gas cans I can find. You need to be storing you some gas. Put a stabilizer in it if you need to. But you need to start preparing if you're not already. And stop fooling yourself. Stop playing the game. Don't have a couple extra boxes of Q-tips and a couple of bars of soap and 6 extra cans of green beans and a little 1-pound bag of pinto beans and a couple of bottles of shampoo, toothpaste, and packs of toilet paper and call yourself a prepper. How far will that get you? I'm doing this because I love y'all. You better get off of your duffs if you're not already. And I might not be talking to who's in chat. Probably not talking to who's in chat. So don't take offense if you think I'm pointing out any one person. I'm not pointing out any one person. But I watch chat, and you can tell how people talk. You can tell what their comments are. When anybody's lives, watch their live chat and what they disagree with and what they agree with. You can tell who the real preppers are. You can tell who the really awake people are. Shit's about to get real, y'all. And it's worse than we all thought. We'd be scared to death if we really, really knew all the truth. And we don't. And right now, I don't want to. I want to run to my farm where I'm off grid. I don't have a phone. I don't have Wi-Fi. I don't have internet. I just want to go up there and piddle until it gets warm enough that I can start my seeds. I am hoping to have those buildings done so I can start seeds, and then I can exert my energy in a greenhouse and a garden. I'll have tomatoes, peppers, onions, garlic, potatoes. Did I say potatoes? Potatoes, peppers, onions, garlic, squash in a field garden. And then I will have, and green beans. And then I will have green beans, tomatoes, onions, garlic, and squash, peppers in a greenhouse. And in containers. I'm going to have garlic and onions growing anywhere and everywhere I can. So anyway, I hope I haven't offended anybody. That hasn't been my intention. I did this because I love you. And it pisses me off that, what about my greens? Oh yeah, greens, that goes without saying. I can plant greens anywhere. They'll grow anywhere. Actually, I could go ahead and put greens in, but I'm not going to fool with it right now. I've got too much other stuff to do. And greens will go anytime. Yes. Yes. If you cut them off and keep their leaves on them and bury them upside down where you cut it, a cabbage will last all winter underground. Yes, it will. I ain't going to do cabbage. Oh my gosh, I've got so many seeds, y'all. I'm going to do several different kinds of squash. Yellow squash, zucchini, Cherokee tan. I'm going to do, Ethan wants watermelon. I'll show y'all. Oh, I missed it. What he said, El Michelle. Y'all don't have another year to prep. This is the year and it's going. Yes, that is why I'm doing this drop. People don't need to be worried about 25-year storage. You don't have to worry about vacuum sealing your noodles. If you don't have a garden planned, you're going to be eating all that crap now, soon. You better be buying seeds. And all the research I've done, everybody that I have watched, they talk about their germination rate. The best seeds is Baker Creek. Now I have some Haas Tool seeds, some Baker Creek, well, mostly Baker Creek, and there's one other company I order from. But Haas Tools and Baker Creek are the two main companies I order from. Listen, I got 10 pounds of onion sets, y'all. I'm going to braid them suckers and hang them to dry. Hey, Helen Dixon. Cindy. I didn't see Cindy, but I see JT speaking to Cindy. But anyway, that's all I had to say. My preaching and my spice is done. Right now, everybody needs to be on their hands and knees praying every night for mercy to be shown. I truly believe God has lifted his hand of protection from this country because of the evilness. Hey, Jessica. Morning. Where you from? I got an indoor tent and lights for the outdoor garden. I'm going to get that up. Cool. But we, Heritage Heart Homestead. Hey, honey. What? The third week in April will be rocking, if you get what I mean. Yeah, I get what you mean. I wouldn't doubt it. I've been fighting with them for 2 weeks to try to get my second building. If I have the building up there, if we have a roof over our head, we can function, you know. Don't forget, I started telling y'all a year and a half ago, if there's an electrical blackout, don't worry about heating your whole house. I showed you on one of my lives that's still sitting over there because I'm going to put my other chickens in that tent. $24 tent from Walmart. And some blankets and your body heat in that nylon in your living room. You can keep yourself warm. Don't worry about heating your whole house. So anyway, time I think's run out, y'all. And this blackout is absolutely making my head spin. Who would have ever dreamed? Would any of you have ever dreamed that our country would be this way? That the White House would send out an order, you can't go somewhere and report, and if you do go, we have to see your footage before you air it? Did you ever think that would happen in this country? I mean, seriously, y'all. It's communism. And they'll probably take this down. I learned that from you, the tent. Oh, okay, Christy, good. I saw somebody else share that idea that I know watches my channel, but didn't give me credit for that. No, I never in my life, never. You know, I've always known that it's a very good chance that I would live long enough to see the coming of Christ. Because the Bible says man's promised 70 years, but can add or take away. It also says when Israel becomes a nation, that generation will see the coming of Christ. That was 1948 plus 70 years is 2018. So at any time, you know, there's a few more prophetic things that have to happen before Jesus comes back, but things are rolling along pretty fast, y'all. So, you know, it could be just about any time, but I don't think we have God's hand of protection. I think the evil is so strong in this country right now that it's hard to even... Yes, it feels like an illusion. Yes. Yes. It doesn't even feel real. But anyway, I wanted to make sure y'all knew about that media blackout. That's very important. No, I don't like to watch mainstream media, but every once in a while I have to, so I know what kind of crap they're trying to pull. It's just crazy. It's I don't even know what to say. I've said all I can say to y'all. I don't even know what else to say. But you better get you some food. You better get you some seeds. You better get you a tent. You better get you some candles. Just watch what you use every day. And even, you know, you'd be amazed what you could do with that stimulus check. $1,400 will buy you a lot of daggone green beans and pinto beans. And toilet paper, if that's important to you. And it is important to me. Very important to me. People think that's crazy. Little May, 57. No, I'm 60, Little May. I never would have believed. I never would have believed it'd have been this crazy. But I'm also more of a mid-trib, post-trib kind of person, too. I guess mid-trib. We're going to see some rough times. We're going to. I don't care how deep Jesus is in your heart. We're going to see some rough times, y'all. Yes. Yes. It's time for the bullshit to end, y'all. You know, having a channel, being a mod, being an every night viewer of a channel, the friendships and relationships you develop on YouTube. It's just like those dating websites. You can put up any kind of picture, weigh 500 pounds, and bullshit your way all day long on a dating website. Well, you can do the same thing on YouTube. And that's what a lot of people on YouTube in chat are doing. We've got people that we love and care for that are going to starve to death very quickly. Shit hits the fan. I don't want my lovelies to be in that situation. And if I can say anything, do anything to help you prepare a little more, that's exactly what I'm going to do. You're not fooling me. You might be fooling others. You might be fooling yourself. But it is time for that light bulb to go off and wake up and get you some food. Even if the shelves aren't empty for a while, it's going to be so expensive you're not going to be able to afford it. Not to mention, how many YouTube people are retired, disabled, depend on a check every month? When we refuse that thing, they're going to take that away. Going to take it away. They already have a card in the UK. Without that card, you cannot go into a restaurant and eat. You can only stay outside and have your food handed to you. You can't go to movies. You can't go to concerts. They're getting ready to do a platinum card or some kind of card in New York that you're not going to be able to do all kinds of things. without that card. The Angry Prepper, I watched him last night. He had a good point, that it'll be so that you won't have to wear the mask. Oops, my battery's low. You won't have to wear the mask if you've had the, you know, and then somebody's going to show up to a group of friends and have on the mask. Hey, man, why are you wearing the mask? Didn't you get the... No, man, I'm not doing that, which they've already made a big deal about anti-vaxxers anyway. Were a threat. So they're doing everything to divide. They started out with political correctness to cause division, to help create control. And everybody's running around like a bunch of zombies. Now, it's not good. General McInerney said in an interview that the thing was to destroy everybody's immune system, and the next round that'll be released next winter, all of those millions of people that got that will die because they don't have an immune system, and that was what it was made for. West Virginia, that's what I said, figured they would take our disability. Sure they will. Yep. Yep, you won't be able to buy, sell, trade, get a driver's license, get your, any kind of check. Work. You're not going to be able to work, even if you still work. You're not old like me. So anyway, it's getting real, y'all. And I've been on here, 56 minutes. I was only going to be on here 20. So now I do have to hustle. Okay, so I'm going to pack my truck and head to the farm. And it'll probably be, I've got to have Ethan back Sunday night. I might get to watch chat replay Sunday night because I haven't been able to see it. I got my new glasses and still can't see y'all. So, I love you. You know I do. You know I appreciate you being with me. It's getting real. I'm worried for so many people in the YouTube world that I love. I'm worried for so many people in the real world in my life that I love that don't see it. And another thing, if you are prepared, you got to prepare yourself to say no. You can't save the world. You can't save everybody in your family, and you can't save all your friends. Who are you going to sacrifice that you have prepared for to feed somebody else? They hear, they accept, or they don't. It's almost like being saved. You hear about Jesus, you accept him or you don't. Well, it's the same way about the condition the world's in. So anyway, I love you. I appreciate you. And anytime I get time to come live, I'm going to. I can't believe 51 of you are here in the middle of the day. God love you. So I'm sure I'll have some kind of video this weekend doing something up there at that crazy place. But y'all stay safe. Please get to prepping. Please get on your knees. Repent every day. I always say, Lord, even sins that I don't even realize that I have committed, please have mercy and forgive me. So, until next time, I love each and every one of you. Don't be scared. Just be prepared. And remember, we're working on an abundance with a budget. See y'all. Bye-bye.